that says he would nominate within the first 40 days the complete list of cabinet ministers for parliamentary approval. Usually, what's the verdict on that one?
Yeah, David, the 14 days. Some of the nominations didn't happen. So there were a bit of a delay on that. So, but yes, he did nominate some of them. When you look at the timelines, for example, let me get that for you. So when you look at the timeline, for example, he nominated the finance minister, Honorable Kesatu, for 2 days after he was sworn in. Then the second batch of ministers came some few days after that, but he wasn't able to largely meet the 14-day threshold. So let me just give you the timeline. The first batch of ministers was nominated on January 9th. There were three. That's the finance minister, John Abdullah Jinapo, Energy and Green Transmission, Dr. Ayeni, the Attorney General. The second batch was nominated on a week after. That is the 16th of January. Those were the second batch of ministers. They contained the road minister, Kwame Gavin Sakuja, Eric Kopoku, the agric minister, Namu Molate, the gender minister, Jifa Black Gomashi, the tourism minister, Honorable Elizabeth Atta, fisheries, George Pariado, youth and empowerment, Harun Reduce education, Ahmed Ibrahim, local government, Elizabeth Ejare, that is trade and agribusiness. But
for want of time, we can say
yes,
that within, at least he was not able to attain it within the first 14 days, but within the 120 days, he's been able to do this.
So there's the trick.
Yeah.
The third batch of ministers was nominated on 21st. He was elected, he was sworn in on the 7th.
Yeah.
So when you do the math, it falls within the 14 days because the original ministers who were nominated on the 14th are not cabinet ministers. There's no original minister.
Yeah.
So I wanted to give you the wording. He says that, David, read the wording for me.
It says nominate within the first 14 days the cabinet ministers for parliamentary approval.
Then he met it.
Yeah.
Yes, per the wording. That's why I wanted you to read the wording. So
let's move on quickly to number 2 because they are about 20.
Yeah.
So he met it.
Yeah.
120 days, he's been able to do it within the 14 days, but we're working with 120 days.
Yeah.
Second one, he says he wants to constitute the leanest and most efficient government under the Fourth Republic in his first 90 days in office.
The leanest. So, David, in the first 90 days, there are still many agencies without substantive CEOs. So, because you say leanest and most efficient government. Not ministers. The leanest, yes, for the ministers, they are the leanest, at least from the Republican history.
I think 56 or so far.
Yes, 56 so far.
Yeah.
I think 4 is even outstanding.
Yeah, for deputy ministers.
Exactly.
For deputy ministers.
But when you say government is not just the executive.
Yeah.
The entire parastatal, state agencies, CEOs, and all. I don't know the CEO, right? So the other, all these are government agencies, right? So for that, it's not been done yet.
So to that, so let's say this one we give him half, not necessarily a full mark.
Yeah.
Are you sure he was not talking about the ministers rather? Because that's
no, he
what
said government. That's why we are quoting the phrase in the manifesto. It says government.
Ministers, yes, are part of the government. You understand?
Yeah. The reason why I'm saying this, most people have problems with when there are too many ministers. That's what we've been complaining about over the years. So maybe that was what
you have a point. I mean, you have a point as well. You have a point.
Those points is also legitimate.
Very valid.
But also, David, the most efficient you will see over time because efficiency cannot be measured within this because some of the ministers are even barely 2-3 months in office.
So that takes us to the next leg of our the pointers, where he says number 3, establish a robust code of conduct and standards for all government officials.
Yes.
And Leo, at that point in time, I ask you to play that soundbite for me one more time. He says establish a robust code of conduct and standards for all government officials.
I hear I missed a horror movie. And Shamima put the question whether after watching that movie you are still prepared to go forward. And I heard aye. She didn't say as many as are not in favor say no. So I'm putting that question. As many as are not in favor say no and just walk out. And we know that you are not prepared to be part of this reset and this reform. I think you all voted aye. So you're part of the reset agenda. We expect something completely different from you. The reports we would look at next year will be the report for 2024. So really, your performance will show when we do the 2026 review. That will show for 2025. And I'm going to come and sit in that review, and we will mark you based
All right, so that's the president. He's established a robust code of conduct and standards for all government officials.
Yes. And David, he also highlighted these when he was training the first badge of ministers. Give them a strong one. Now, David, I'm reliably told, and that's actually on the Facebook page of the Minister for Government Communication 19 hours ago, that tomorrow.
No, today.
No, he said okay, so the statement
today.
came.
He's launching it today.
Yes, you are right. 19 hours ago, so
yes,
today.
He's launching it today.
Today, because he wants to tick the box, they will unveil a strict code of conduct to regulate all appointees. This is not just ministers, all the appointees of the government. That they will sign a certain contract.
Yeah.
And it has certain
performance KPIs.
Sources. If you are not able to achieve it, you are sacked.
On that note, on that point, what about asset declaration? Where does it fall under?
So some of them have not declared according to the four first
About
states.
50
The likes
of
Brigadier Jemfi has also shown the certificate that they've updated. So it means that maybe the system at the Auditor General need to be checked. But I know some of them have also said they've not declared yet. And even Yao Level, the former Auditor General.
But he gave a stern warning by 31st of March. If you had not declared, he was going to deal with you. But if they haven't,
so I agree with you. I think that the journalists who will go to this presser should be able to put that question to Mr. President. That indeed some of them have not declared. I have seen some of us shown their certificate. You know, when you finish declaring, they give you a certificate. Brigadier Jemfi, for example, has publicly posted that he's declared. So no, David, on that, Lee is raising a very serious question that it's a test case for him. Because he gave the warning that if you don't declare because he, the president, has declared.
Yes.
So if you don't declare by 30th March, so that means that they've delayed for almost 33 days. What happens to them? I think it's a good question to ask the president.
Let's see how it goes. But the fact that he's going to launch it today and tomorrow will be the 120th day in office, we can say he's achieved it?
Oh, but tomorrow lies within.
So we're marking him.
Yes, he's achieved it.
So he's achieved it.
Well, he's yet to achieve it.
That's what so right now, what's the score we're giving him? Has he done it or he's
not done it? That's his he's not done
but at least with the 120th day will be tomorrow.
Yes.
So when the launch takes place today, then we can say that, well, it falls within it.
Yeah.
So let's look at number 4. He says, hold a national economic dialogue to discuss the true state of the economy and prepare a homegrown fiscal consolidation program.
Where we saw even the former governor, and that was a very applaudable thing. You know, the former governor was there, her deputies were there. It was a very beautiful sight to see, and it was one of the programs where we also saw a lot of things. And I hope, David, the current finance minister, took note of some of these things. Very good suggestions that we saw at that forum.
I will take this back right after.
Your pen.
So that's number 4. Let's look at number 5. Quite interesting. It says